So think of someone who, and by the way, you may never have even met this person. It could be somebody, an historical figure, somebody who may be dead or still alive. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Somebody you know, somebody whose skills you admire, something they possess that you would like to have, or maybe they can give you some information or give you advice or something like that. You know somebody?
Yeah.
Okay, I can tell you're already looking at him or her. Is this a him or a her?
Yeah.
All right, so I can notice that you were kind of already looking at the person. You know, normally I would instruct him to actually see the person as if they're here, but he was already doing that. So what do you see about this person? Just describe this person to me a bit. A little bit about maybe some of the physical aspects of him, and then maybe some of what would you admire about this person.
Like how they physically look.
Yeah, this is going to help ground this person like actually being here.
Okay, well, he's in his mid-40s, balding a little bit, has a strong, really grounded and a strong sense of self, really self-assured. And
so what do you notice about him when you see him standing here that lets you know that he's grounded and self-assured?
His posture and the way he carries himself, just mostly his posture.
And how would you describe that?
Really at ease with himself and relaxed.
So is his posture like very upright?
Yeah, so it's upright.
And what's his breathing like? Is it fast or slow?
Measured. So not fast. It's really relaxed. Certain.
Okay. And anything else? I mean, it sounds like his self-assuredness and his groundedness sounds like some of the things that you admire about him.
Yes.
Or anything else?
Just a really strong belief in his abilities. That even if he was in a situation where he didn't have physical resources to accomplish something, he knows that his resourcefulness can get him through situations.
Okay, cool. And so I might need to ask you whether or not you actually know this person or if you actually have been in their presence. But in a sense, you're in this presence right now. So right now, looking at him being right here, what do you feel in his presence that you're getting off of him? How is he affecting you?
I mean, I really admire him. So
you're feeling those feelings of admiration.
Yes.
Anything else? Do you feel a little bit more?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. It rubs off just being around him.
Yeah, that's common. That's why they say it's good to be around people who you want to be more like, because you tend to kind of pick that up. All right, so what I'm going to have you do is I want you to step over here and actually step into him and look back at James.
Okay.
Now, you are him. You're not James pretending to be him. You are him. Be him in every sense of the word. And look back at James. I'll give you a moment to kind of settle into that. I don't know if you notice his posture shifting a little bit. All right.
Okay, I'm here.
All right. How are you?
Great.
Great. And what do you see over here? This guy, James. What do you think of him?
He seems like a nice guy. He's friendly, welcoming.
And he seems to think very highly of you, and that you have this groundedness and this confidence. Do you have any advice or is there any message you want to communicate to James?
Just have 100% belief in yourself. And that you already have the resources you need to succeed. You just have to just take action.
Okay. Any other, I guess, more detail of how to do that? Or do you actually know James?
No.
You don't know James, okay. So, but you know that he admires you for being grounded and confident. So, is there anything extra that maybe you can give him, like maybe something practical that he can do? That maybe you've done in the past that helped you?
Nothing readily comes to mind.
Okay. All right, cool. So let me have you step over here, and this is the neutral third position observer. Leave him over there. James is over here. And you as the neutral observer have no stake in the game here. You don't feel like a fly You don't know either one of them. You're just observing this interaction. Okay? And what do you notice? And so, being the neutral observer, you're not trying to make meaning of this. You're not trying to say, well, he's the mentor, and he's, we don't know all those things. You're just observing this neutrally. So what do you see?
Just two people who are somewhat different from each other.
Okay. Anything else? Any information comes through?
I mean, I can see characteristics about them and how they, yeah.
Okay. And sometimes a lot of information comes up here, sometimes it doesn't. So this would be first position when James was standing here being himself. Second position is him being the other person. Right now he's in third position, which is observer. These are the only three positions that we're going to use in this next part of the self-concept model. But while you're here, you might as well play around with this a little bit with the fourth position. Now, when you see these two interacting, you might be able to notice that each one sort of has their own kind of energy about them. And when you previously had stepped into either one of them, everyone has a different energy. You can just look at someone and you can kind of get a sense of their energy. When two people get together, there seems to be some sort of mixing of the energy, and that's sometimes we can call that rapport, or if the people aren't getting along, we call it conflict. But you can call it a lot of other things, just that mixture of energy. So do you have a sense of that between these two?
Yes.
Okay. And we can take it a step further, and is there an appropriate color for that energy field that's happening?
It's like a mixing of colors between two different colors, kind of blending a little bit.
Okay. So I'm just using color as a way to kind of bring his awareness more to the energy that's going on between the two. So let's do this. I want to have you step between them, and you step, in between them. And we'll go ahead and stand this way, because you don't want to be facing either one of them. But you can feel his energy, and you can feel his energy, and that's coming together with you, and you become the field of energy. You become the system. You are both of them at the same time, and the space in between.
Wow. It feels, that feels really strange.
Just soak it in. Okay, and tell me about this energy.
I mean, they're very different from each other. As they kind of mix together, I can feel how they're related, and they can work together. And kind of one benefits the other.
So what's it like to be the unification of this, though? You are the system, and the system is working. And systems are self-organizing. So even if you had opposing energies, you're the unification of that, and somehow you're making it work. So what is that like?
I'm not sure. It just, I don't feel too comfortable with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any new information that can be of benefit to you here?
That it's okay for me to have both of these different energies, and they can work at different times.
Okay. All right, let's have you step back into yourself, bringing all of this wisdom and knowledge and experience and everything that you just experienced back into you here and now. And just take a moment to let that all sort of settle into you. Okay. All right, so how would you describe what you just went through?
Yeah, it was really interesting seeing the different perspectives, and I feel different having gone through those perspectives now.
You seem like you're not quite sure that you know what the experience was.
It's really hard for me to it's hard for me to put in words. It's just more like a feeling that I have.
Was this helpful?
Yeah, it's definitely most helpful.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So what we just did was called Perceptual Positions, and this is one of the things that geniuses do. They will pop into different perspectives and then bring all the perspectives together. This is extremely powerful. You can use this for conflict resolution, even if the person you're in conflict with isn't even there. You can step into them, get a sense of their perspective, and it will open all sorts of doors in your mind about what's causing the conflict and how to resolve it. So I remember the first time Judy DeLoach did that to me, and I volunteered during my practitioner training. Everybody know who Judy DeLoach is? She was married to John Grinder. She was in NLP from like the beginning. And yeah, she did that with me with a guy who was one of, I guess, my spiritual teachers of non-duality. And when she had me step in the middle, I thought my head was going to explode. And I started to get dizzy, actually, and so she kind of steadied me and then had me step out of it. And I think you kind of experienced something similar.
Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard to put into words. It was just really disorienting, but I mean, it wasn't really bad. It just like, I wasn't aware that I could have that kind of experience.
Yeah. We're so used to putting a border around ourselves and our perspective, and I wish we had an extra day for this workshop, because if we did, we would explore that, and it's in the book, about how we sort of, our self-concept is also bordered. We create this imaginary border, and when you start playing with that, it really starts getting interesting. So, in a sense, what he did was he stepped outside of his border to experience what someone else is experiencing, and then stepped into the field of that, which is kind of a borderless field. And so you're suddenly letting in all this information, and it can be disorienting at first.
What did you call that last position?
What fourth position? When you become the system. And there's a fifth position too, which is the universe. You become the system of the universe.
Oh.
Yeah, like it's kind of